this week, I'm going to lead you through a fire flow yoga practice. This is a vinyasa-based practice to build up internal heat and wake up our deeper core. Let's get started. For this week's practice, you don't necessarily need any props. I have a couple of blocks here and I might show you how you could use them under your hands as we get towards the end of the practice, but that's going to be very, very optional. So if you don't usually use blocks, you're probably very fine without them here as well. And then to start with, we're going to come lie down on the back. We're going to take a moment lying down. We start to wake up the core here. So in the beginning, be patient and let yourself move a bit slower so you can really focus on waking up those deeper layers of your core. So we're not rushing through that initial waking up. And when you are lying down on your back, bend your knees so that you have your feet on the mat. And then you could either open your arms into a T shape or a cactus shape. But open your chest. And then we're going to start with some windshield wipers. So start to swing your knees, your legs from side to side. And already here, start to focus on your breath. Inhale as you bring your knees out to the side and exhale, drawing in through the lower belly. Bring the knees back to center. Inhaling, legs out to the side and exhale, draw in through the lower belly, below your navel, and that brings legs back to the center. And just continue with this movement a few more rounds. We're trying to use the exhalation to wake up those deep abdominal layers. It's a bit like very gently drawing in through your natural corset around your spine. So it's not just at the front drawing in, it's also out on the sides, it's also on the back side of the body. One more time, from side to side, a very focused action. And then bring your legs back to center. And now we're going to make this a bit more challenging by lifting the feet off the mat and bringing legs to about 90-degree angle and squeeze your legs in towards each other. So you start to activate your inner thighs more as well. And then we're going to inhale, bring knees to the left side of the mat, but hover them off the mat. And then exhaling and drawing in through the lower belly, bring your legs back to center. Same to the other side. Inhale, bring your knees towards the right side of the mat, but clearly hover off the floor. Exhale, draw in through the lower belly, and that's what brings your legs back to center. And try to, as you continue, try to keep your knees and your ankles tightly together. So again, going to the left, breathing in, exhaling back to center. Keep the inner thighs active and try to maintain that roughly 90 degrees angle in the hips and in the knees. We'll try to go 2 more times to each side. And try to keep your shoulders as close to the floor as possible. It might be that the opposite shoulder comes slightly off the mat when you bring legs out to the side. But try to keep them close to the mat. Okay, now last round. Bring your knees towards the left side of the mat. And now hover there for 3 breaths. And send your breaths more to the ribs, more to the chest area.
Really trying to keep the belly drawn in. And after your 3 breaths, exhale, legs back to center. And then once more, inhale, bring knees towards the right side of the mat. Find that point where you can still hover your legs off the floor, and 3 breaths. Keep squeezing the inner thighs, the knees, the ankles against each other. So keeping the whole core line from your feet all the way to the spine engaged. And after 3 breaths, exhale back to center. And then you could hug the knees and rock a bit from side to side. And then slowly release the feet down, extend your left leg, and then roll onto your belly. So now turn onto your front side and extend your both legs. Legs don't have to be together, but still have that connection through the inner thighs to one another. And first, extend arms next to your sides, palms turned down. We go through some locust movements. Now draw in through the lower belly here as well. Press the front of the pelvis down. And then as you inhale, peel your chest off the mat. Still keeping the hands on the mat. And exhale, lower down. We're still testing. And again, draw the lower belly in. Inhale, lift your chest off the mat. This time, you can lift your hands off the mat as well and turn the palms out to the sides. Exhale, lower down. Turn the backs of the hands on the mat. We still keep the legs down. Inhale again, peel the chest off the mat. Actively reaching your head and your feet away from each other. Keep the lower belly drawn in. Exhaling down. And hands come down as well. Same 2 more times. Inhale, peel the chest off the mat. Lift the hands off the mat, open the chest. Exhale, lower down. Keep inner thighs engaged, but feet still on the mat, the tops of the feet on the mat. Once more like this. Inhale, open the chest. And lift the chest off the mat. Exhale, lower down. And then we're going to inhale, lift the chest and the legs off the mat. So now hovering the legs, but keep your knees straight. So you don't have to lift high up. We're just hovering the chest and legs off the mat. Either keep arms next to your sides, or you could now extend the arms overhead. That will make the pose more challenging as there's more weight on the head side. So you might start to feel it more in the back. Keep the lower belly drawn in. Keep the inner thighs firing towards each other. Breathe to the chest. Take another breath in and out. Even your feet active. And then exhale, release the chest down. Bring hands under shoulders. Lift yourself onto hands and knees. Tuck the toes under and lift yourself into downward facing dog, where you could now move your feet. Open a bit through the backs of the legs. You can shake the head. Take a couple of breaths in and out. And then you can either choose to stay in downward dog. Maybe you have some movements you want to do there. Or you could add a vinyasa flow here. So if you want, inhale, come forward to plank. Feel that long line from head to your feet. Exhale to low plank. Knees could be on the mat. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward dog. Head drops down. And then slowly bring your knees onto the mat. Adjust your hands if needed. So your hands would be now under your shoulders. Keep your toes tucked under. Long neutral spine. Inhale. Exhale, draw in through the lower belly and then lift your knees just tiny bit off the mat. Hovering the knees, but trying to keep the spine neutral. So we're not rounding, we're not arching the spine. And again, sending your breaths more to the ribs. With each exhalation, keep drawing in through the lower belly. Reach head forward, reach your tail back. See if you could bring your knees just a tiny bit further down without touching the mat. Take another breath in and out. And then exhale, lift back into downward facing dog. And same again, either stay in downward dog or add a vinyasa flow here. If you want, inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale to low plank. Again, knees can be on the mat. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale into downward dog. Head can drop down. Then as you exhale, bring your knees to the mat and come sitting down on your knees, on your shins. Taking weight off your hands. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring your palms together. Exhale, the hands down in front of the chest. Same again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Open the chest. Exhale, palms together in front of the chest. Giving a break for the hands. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching up, opening the chest. Exhale, palms together in front of the chest. 1 more time with your own breath. Inhaling up. And exhale, palms together in front of the chest. From here, we come back onto hands and knees. Get hands about under your shoulders. Knees about under your hips. We're going to find our balance by extending the right leg behind us and then extending the left arm in front of us over the head, balancing on hand and knee. So opposite hand, opposite knee. And you can either stay here or exhale. Now bring your left elbow, your right knee close together under your chest. And then inhale, reach them far apart. Open the chest. Again, exhale. You can bring left elbow, right knee together. And inhale, lengthen them far apart. Exhale, bring the knee, the elbow together. And inhale, lengthen them apart. Once more. Exhale, bringing them in together. And inhale, lengthening them apart. And then bend your right knee behind you and either reach your left arm next to your side or take hold of that right foot behind you, the tiger pose. So if you're holding your right foot, you could very gently kick the right leg behind you, and that can help you to open the chest. Keep breathing, but at the same time, keep lifting in through the lower belly. Take another breath in and out. And then exhale, release the foot down, the hand down. And you have an option here. Either child's pose, rounding the back, or lift into downward dog. And we could add a vinyasa flow here if you want. But again, it's very optional. You decide how many flows you want to do today. If you want, come forward to plank. Long line from head to heels. Exhale to low plank. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward dog. And then whether you're in downward dog or child's pose, come back onto hands and knees. And we'll do that superhero and tiger on the other side. So prepare your hands and really grip the mat with your left hand fingers as you extend your left leg behind you. And then find your balance, reaching the right arm in front of you. Again, focus your attention to the core, around your spine, and on the belly side. Either stay balancing here or exhale, draw in the right elbow, the left knee together, inner thighs active as well. And inhale, lengthen them apart. Open the chest. Exhale, the right elbow, the left knee come together. And then inhale, they reach apart. 2 more times. Exhale, drawing in. Keep pushing the mat away with your left arm. Inhale, lengthen them apart. Open the chest. Exhale, drawing in. All connected in your core, the center, the core of your body. Inhale, reach them apart. And then we can add the tiger pose. Bend the left knee, reach right arm either next to you or take hold of your left foot with the right hand. And then you can use that left leg to pull back slightly, because that might help you to open the chest a bit more. And keep breathing. Each exhalation can help you to fire those deep abdominal layers by, in a very subtle way, drawing in. Take another breath in and out. And then slowly release the pose. Bring your foot down, bring your hand down. And again, either child's pose or lift into downward dog. And then we can add a vinyasa flow here. So if you want, come forward to plank and exhale to low plank. Try to hover the thighs. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. And then if you are in child's pose, lift up into downward dog here. And we're going to step into a lunge, a runner's lunge. So now as you inhale first, lift your right leg up in the air. And then exhale, step the right foot close to the hands so that your right knee is about on top of the right ankle. Extend your left leg behind you. And then as you inhale, flat back. So reach your head forward. We're not going to lift all the way up, but just trying to find a long line from your head to your left heel. So we're just tiny bit hovering our chest, our belly off the right thigh. And just like in the locust we did in the beginning, you can either keep arms next to the sides or, for extra challenge, reach arms overhead so they extend into that same line. And keep breathing. Inner thighs active. Breathing to the ribs, breathing to the chest. One more breath in and out. And then as you exhale, bring palms together in front of the chest. And we're going to lift into warrior 3. So from your lunge, slowly lift all the weight onto the right foot and lift your left leg up behind you. And here, if you want, you could bend and straighten that right leg. So very gently pumping into that thigh. And keep breathing. Take another breath in and out. And then slowly step that left foot down. Bring hands onto the mat and swing your right leg up into the air. You could open the hip and either stay in this three-legged dog or add a vinyasa flow here if you want. Slowly come forward to plank. You can bring the feet down. Exhale to low plank. Inhale to upward dog or cobra. And exhale to downward dog. And then we're going to bring both feet down and change legs the other way around. Now send your left leg up into the air. We're going to move forward and back. So as you exhale, come forward to plank and bring your left knee towards the chest. As you inhale, send your left leg up into the air, that three-legged dog. Exhale, come forward, bring left knee to your left shoulder or left elbow. And then inhale, reach that left leg back up. Again, three-legged dog. Then as you exhale, come forward and now bring left knee to your right elbow. So you're twisting. And inhale, reach the left leg up. Same again. Exhale forward, left knee to the chest in the center. And inhale, reaching up, three-legged dog. Exhale forward and left knee to the left elbow, left shoulder. And inhale, lifting up. Then once more, come forward and bring your left knee to the right elbow. And I can either stay here or fall in triangle, extend the left leg out to the side, and then you can lift your right arm up as well. Keep both ankles flexed. And last challenge here would be to lift your left leg up into the air, hover the left leg off the mat, and keep breathing. Now inner thighs, fire, your whole core fired up. Shaking is very, very fine. Take another breath in and out. And then slowly come into plank pose. So bring your both hands down, step your feet back. And we go through a vinyasa flow. Exhale into low plank. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale to downward dog. And breathe in and out. Then from downward dog, come forward to plank. And now lower down onto your elbows. So we're going to hover in this plank for a while. Bring your thighs, your legs together. And then turn your palms to the mat, if that feels okay in the shoulders. Or make a big fist with your hands. And breathe here in and out. Really try to fire the thighs. Try to lift up and in through the belly. And keep your chest open. Take another breath in and out. Reach back through the heels. And then exhale. Slowly bring yourself down onto the belly. You could either bring hands under the head or extend arms next to your sides. You could turn one cheek on the mat. And take a few deeper breaths in and out. Take a few more breaths in and out. Let your breath calm down. Let your heart calm down. And then we're going to go back to the locust second round. So now, lying down on the belly. Again, Lengthen your legs behind you and start with arms next to your sides, inner thighs active. Draw in through the lower belly. And inhale, peel the chest off the mat. And first keep your hands down. Exhale, lower the chest down. Same again, but this time as you inhale, you could lift your hands off the mat. Maybe you turn your palms out to the sides. And exhale, lower down. Turn the backs of the hand on the mat. Again, inhale, peel the chest off the mat. Rotate the arms open, palms out to the sides. Exhale, lower down. We still keep the tops of the feet down. 2 more times. Inhale, lifting the chest off the mat. Keep your neck long, open the chest. Exhale, lower down. And then we have that last round where you can lift your legs off the mat. So inhale, keeping the legs long, hover them just slightly off the mat. And then if you want, you could bring arms overhead. Again, keep inner thighs active. Keep breathing, gently pressing the front of the pelvis down. Take another breath in and out. And then slowly, slowly release the chest down. Bring hands under shoulders. Lift onto hands and knees and into downward dog. And again, you could move your feet, you could move the hands, shake the head a bit. And you choose either add a vinyasa flow here, or you can stay in downward dog. If you want, inhale forward to plank, exhale low plank. Inhale cobra or upward facing dog, and exhale to downward dog. And then we're going to bring the knees down. Adjust your hands so that your hands are right under your shoulders. Really spread the palms. And then lift in through the lower belly. We're going to hover the knees. So tuck the toes under. Lift the knees just tiny bit off the mat. And really try to keep an active long line from the crown of the head to your tail without rounding the back. Without dropping a valley into the back. So the back is neutral, long. And breathing in and out. Take another breath here. And then slowly lift up into downward dog. Controlled movement. And you can either stay in downward dog or add a vinyasa flow here if you want. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale to low plank. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. And exhale into downward facing dog. And then instead of tiger, we're going to add a bigger back bend here. So now come down onto your knees. And then lift up to standing on your knees. Open the chest. And we're going to go into the camel pose. Keep lifting, keep drawing in up through the lower belly. Hands on the lower back. Bring your sitting bones down towards the backs of the knees. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale, lean into your camel, opening the chest. And you can keep hands on the lower back. Or if you want, you can reach hands to your heels, to your feet. Here as well. Keep inner thighs active and keep lifting up through the chest. You could bring your head back, but if that feels uncomfortable in the neck, then keep your chin lifting up or bring chin to your chest. And breathe another 1 or 2 times in this camel pose. And then if you have hands on the feet, bring them onto your hips, onto your lower back. Lift yourself up and bring hands down. Lift into downward dog, opening the back side. And you choose, either stay in downward dog or, very surprisingly, you can add a vinyasa flow here if you want. So if you feel like it, inhale forward to plank, exhale to low plank. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. And then exhale into downward facing dog. And then we are going to move into that lunge and warrior 3. First, inhale, send your left leg up into the air. And then we're going to step the left foot forward, and so that it's quite close to the hands, your left knee on top of the left ankle. Press down through the left foot and extend your back. So not lifting all the way up, but looking for a long, flat back line from your head to your right heel. Breathing in and out. You have the option here, again, to extend your arms overhead if you want. And take a few more breaths in and out. Really, really reaching the right heel back, reaching the head forward, and keep lifting in through the lower belly. Grounding down through the left foot, ready for warrior 3. So bring your palms together in front of the chest. And then as you inhale, lift yourself onto that balancing left foot, left leg. Extend the right leg up behind you. And again, for extra challenge, you could bend and straighten the left leg. So pumping into the thigh. But maintain the long line from head to the right foot. Take another breath in and out. And then step the right foot down. Bring hands to the mat. And now swing your right leg up into the air. That 3-legged dog. Head can drop down. And you choose if you stay in that 3-legged dog, or maybe you want to add a vinyasa flow here. You choose. So if you want, bring your feet down, come forward to plank, and then exhale, low plank. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra, and exhaling into downward dog. And now if you have your left leg up, bring your left foot down, and we're going to prepare moving from 3-legged dog to plank, and lift your right leg up first. Now as you exhale, come forward to plank, bring your right knee towards the chest. And then as you inhale, send that right leg back up. Head can drop down. Then as you exhale, come forward. Now right knee to the right elbow or shoulder. And inhale back into 3-legged dog. Exhale forward, bring right knee towards the left elbow, so you're twisting here. And then inhaling that 3-legged dog. Same again. Exhale forward, knee to the chest. And inhale, 3-legged dog. Then exhaling forward, right knee to the right shoulder or elbow. And inhale, lifting up. Then once more, exhale, bring your right elbow to the left knee. Right knee to the left elbow. And either hover there or extend your right leg out to the side and then lift your left arm up. So that fallen triangle pose. Flex your both ankles. And last option, hover your right leg up in the air. Really, really firing through the inner thighs and press the mat away with your right arm. Still breathing. Exhalations lifting in through the lower belly. Take another breath in and out. And then bring that right leg through, step into plank, or let's lift into downward dog at this point for a couple of breaths. And then we're gonna go into that plank. So with your next few breaths, from downward dog, move forward to plank, and then come down onto elbows. Try to bring your feet together. So you're really finding those inner thighs once more. And here, I will find it difficult to keep chatting, so focus on your breath. Really lifting in through the lower belly. Focus on each breath. Let's take 2 more breaths in and out. And then slowly bring your knees down, bring your belly down, bring your chest down, and find a rest on your belly. You can bring hands under head, or you can bring arms next to your sides. Take a few deeper breaths in and out. And then if you want, you can add a few more vinyasa flows here. Or if you feel it's been enough now, just stay resting on your belly. You choose. So if you want, come once more onto hands and knees, then lift into downward dog. And we can go through a few more vinyasa flows. Inhaling forward to plank. Exhaling to low plank. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. And exhaling to downward dog. Just really enjoying that movement, the whole body movement. You do 2 more. So inhaling forward to plank. Exhaling to low plank. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. And exhaling into downward dog. And at any point you can come down into child's pose. But if you want to add 1 more, let's come forward to plank. Exhaling to low plank. Inhaling to cobra or upward dog. That nice opening through the chest. And exhale into downward dog. And then from wherever you are, bring yourself onto hands and knees and round your back into child's pose. And again, you can bring your head down, maybe hands under head, or maybe head leaning all the way down onto the mat. And take a few breaths again in and out. You can gently rock the pelvis from side to side. And let your breath calm down. Let your heart calm down. I can feel mine beating very fast. Take another breath or 2 in and out in child's pose. And then slowly, with your next few breaths, bring yourself into a seat and then lean down onto your back. Coming back to where we started from, on our back. And then you could open your chest, open your arms, and swing a few times from side to side, those windshield wipers like we did in the beginning. But maybe now you can let them be a bit more relaxed. You could rock your head from side to side as well. And then lean your knees, lean your legs to one side of the mat. It could be the left, could be the right. And you could either leave your legs wide apart, a bit like almost like a reclining deer pose. If you want, you can also choose to bring your legs more on top of each other, and that might give you a bigger twist in the spine. And now let your legs lean down, so it's different than we had in the beginning. And let your breaths move all the way down towards the belly. Head could lean to one side or the other. And let the shoulders soften, let your arms soften, let even your hands relax. Your arms have done a lot in the practice. And just slowly we let the body cool down. Take another couple of breaths in your twist. Hopefully you feel that you ignited that internal fire. You found and built a bit of internal heat, and now it's time to cool that down. And then slowly bring legs back to center and let your legs gently lean to the opposite side of the mat. And again, you can leave your legs wider apart. Or you might bring your legs on top of each other. What feels good for your spine, for your hips right now? Where do you feel that you leave space for the breaths? Allowing your inhalations to slide all the way down towards the belly. Softening the belly, softening the back. Softening the neck. Again, you might turn head to one side or the other. Take a couple more breaths in and out. Soften even your jaw, so check that you're not biting your teeth together. And then bring yourself back to center, onto your back. And we're going to bring arms lower down if you had them anywhere higher up. And then open legs into a reclining butterfly pose, trying to now soften a bit through the inner thighs. The soles of the feet could be together, or there could be a bigger gap between the feet. Now find a good angle for your knees, for your hips. And you bring hands onto your lower belly. Send a few breaths down to that belly area. And just see how you feel in this butterfly pose. If this feels really nice and relaxed, just stay here as we move into our final resting pose. Or you could slowly close the legs and then find your Shavasana pose. Try to find a place for the legs where you feel your back can soften. You could let your feet drop out or in, whatever is that natural rotation in your hips. Let your arms and hands rest in a place that feels comfortable in the shoulders. So you're not stressing the shoulders. You're not tensing the arms. You might close your eyes if you want. And then bring your full awareness to your breath. Allow exhalations to soften effort. Release tension. And give yourself a moment here to rest. Notice how your body feels. And try to make that observation without any judgment. Just accepting how you are feeling now. Accepting how that practice went. Give yourself at least a few more breaths in your Shavasana pose. And after those few breaths, if you feel at all that you would like to extend your resting pose, then please stay a bit longer in your relaxation. If you feel that it's now time to close the practice, then start to move your hands, your wrists. Gently move your toes, your feet. Maybe lengthen arms overhead along the floor. And if you feel ready to slowly come up from that Shavasana pose, roll on to one side, either left or the right side, and bring yourself up into a seat, into your own final seated pose. Like I said, if you want to take a longer Shavasana pose, then please stay there. If it's part of your practice, you bring palms together in front of the chest. And as always, when we reach the end of the practice, thank yourself. Most importantly, thank yourself for taking this time to find your breath, move your body, and check in with yourself. I thank you very, very much for joining in. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining in. If you enjoyed the practice, please give the video a thumbs up and also leave your comments below. I would love to hear how the practice went for you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and click that little bell icon, and that way you'll be notified immediately when I publish the next video. Thank you again, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.